inching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's Walker to start the drive. Powering forward. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
You and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week. An unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all, and I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
A gain of 13. It's a first down. They'll try the air now with Herbert. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Goodwin. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. To throw again on second down. Herbert. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on third down.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's third down. On third down, here's Walker. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 45 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. First and goal. Walker. Touchdown. So he had the nice run to get him down there. Was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in. And he carries it across the goal line.
Fields this way up at the 17. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Under pressure, and down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, if they have any thoughts of coming in here and getting this road victory, that's not the way to start it out on the first play of the game.
Yeah, one thing you always say when you go on the road, take the crowd out of the game. They actually brought the crowd into it by permitting that sack right out of the gate.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26.
And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A give running right is Chubb. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Watson now to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. The elements here definitely going to be a factor. You're going to have some drop balls playing in conditions like this.
Yeah, you got to minimize them as best you can. It means 100% of your focus has got to be on making the catch, not on what you do afterwards. Look it all the way in first.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Watson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
Now it's Lockett. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown. They got the stop, and now if they could get in the end zone here again, CD, they could grab an early stranglehold on this one.
Yeah, they certainly can, and that's what you're looking for. Where's the advantage? Can you gain it? Can you press it? Now for them, finishing it off, because right now it's out there for them. They've just got to go seize it.
Back to Walker on 1st down. And some room to maneuver. There's the stiff arm. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 83 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
On 1st down, it's Herbert. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 1st downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this 1st quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. From the 25 on 2nd down, Herbert. And that would get a wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. They had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Herbert operating from the red zone. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
He'll get that one complete to Conner. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion, and defensively pure frustration. Here's Herbert. Rolling to his left. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, 2nd down.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
The Browns drive about to get started. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. He's got a man, complete. A big play that time for Cleveland. 43 yards.
As we've seen over the years, offense coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover, put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Now Chubb running right. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. And again, it's Chubb. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in, your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Running for it. Here's Chubb. Kyle Shanahan, an offensive mind, but his guys stopped up short. And as a result, possession switches hands. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Herbert.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, the great coach said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
And if we go back to the last series, remember their coverage allowed them to get a turnover in the last drive, a takeaway, and that helped contribute to a sack on this one. I think maybe this quarterback's a little bit hesitant. Last time he turned it over, now he sees his zone coverage, a little bit slow to get rid of the football.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A big play there just before halftime. 47 yards.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they've been seeking.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Watson. He's got his receiver, Cooper. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. And it bangs off the left upright and deflects away. It's no good. And this will stay at a 7-point game. So plenty of leg, but it's the accuracy there that lets him down.
Yeah, he hit it really well. I think this might have been good from 55, but you'll see it just conk off that upright, and they're denied a chance at 3 points.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. 1 second, all that remains. In motion comes the tight end left. The final shot before the break for Herbert. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. So we've reached halftime with just the lone touchdown here. 7-0 is our score. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And a short kick taken at about the 16.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Throwing on third down, Watson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
Returnable for Lockett.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. It's J.O.K. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah in there for the sack. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Walker now on 1st and 10. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
The linebacker, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, on the tackle.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2.
The 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Here we go on 4th. Herbert. Goodwin able to haul it in.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
So they convert on 4th, and now from just outside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Trying the left side with Walker.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Now it's Herbert. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw here, Herbert. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again.
And look at this. It's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. How about that for a call? Leading in the second half, fake punt, but this one's going to work against them.
And, partner, I love a fake punt as much as anyone. In fact, I might love it more than other people, but in this case, probably a step too far because not only does it not work, but look at the field position they gave up after the attempt.
Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. He's going to air one out. And this is caught. Touchdown! Hard to believe that arm strength was a knock on Deshaun Watson coming out of Clemson, but he showed what he's got there.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh no! And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
And the final number on that throw, boy, it traveled an even 69 yards. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Play action. It's Herbert. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And they'll work this down inside the 30. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Herbert now. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Again, Herbert. This one goes underneath to Walker, and he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. It looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Looking sideline, and he's going to have his man as he was able to walk the tightrope there for the completion. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Walker. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. 2 yards is the pickup, and that'll give him a 1st down.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Herbert. Throw left side, caught by Goodwin. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 2nd and 2. 1st down marker at the 8. Looking to throw. Herbert. He's got it. Touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Celtic Tigers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. And he's going to have a Browns 1st down as the tackle made here at the 36.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. York now for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. Fields this way up at the 17. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive.
And that's caught inside the 30.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
That's good. 4 carries. First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
On first down, Justin Herbert.
And Walker has it.
So he'll be stopped here for no gain, and it'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. Here's second and 10. Back to throw. Herbert. And it's caught. Touchdown. Marquise Goodwin from 21 yards away. And the Celtic Tigers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Important extra point up and through. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21-all the score as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. First and 10. They run it again with Chubb. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with second and a yard. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Short game, last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely, this defense, they're saying go right ahead with those. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Watson, a little touch pass on the jet sweep. And he's going to have a Browns first down as good running gets him to about the 44. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Watson. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Watson. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is going to be intercepted. And he will be taken down, and that means we are headed to overtime. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dime. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a conditions only going to get worse as we get back to football here to start this overtime. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. And something we're seeing more of with the rise of the run-pass option. A legal man downfield, and that's going to back him up. To throw is Watson. And that nearly picked off. Oh, that would have been a big INT here in overtime. Instead, they'll get another shot on 3rd down.
The man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Watson. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. The Browns send out their punter now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Herbert on 1st down now. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime. Both offense is sputtering a little bit here in overtime, Charles, but give credit to the defenses and certainly credit to them on that last play. That is a huge interception.
I will absolutely do that. They deserve the credit because they forced a punt on the opening drive of overtime. You know no one wants to give up the ball in OT, and now you have them back out there knowing that it only takes a field goal to win this game. Big-time defensive plays being made.
This being their second opportunity in overtime, third overall drive, see if they can settle into a rhythm.
And that's what you're looking for. Get a few first downs, move the ball downfield, have some confidence, get yourself in a spot where you can at least kick a field goal to win it. But I tell you this, if I'm the play caller, I'm looking at that part of my sheet that says playmakers. Get the ball in their hands, critical situation, now's their time.
Buying time to his left.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
But you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Now Watson.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. One incompletion, two incompletion. They're going for more.
The Browns send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Deep ball for Goodwin. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime. Man, what a battle. I mean, what a game this has turned out to be, Charles, as we are going to have now a 5th drive here in overtime.
I don't know how they're doing it out there because the focus, the concentration, that has to stay as high as the intensity, and it's hard to do with how hard-hitting this game has been. But at this point, you've got kicking in your background. Can you go down there and put one through the post so we can all go home?
I don't think they want me down there, but of course we've said it multiple times. That's all it takes right now. 3 to win it.
Watson, a little touch pass on the jet sweep. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Back to throw, Watson.
Pass complete to Chubb.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the 1st.
If your sympathies lie with the defense, you understand how tough it is for linebackers to run with a guy like this. He's going to slip out of the backfield and then work in the middle of the field. And sometimes those defenders get preoccupied with other people moving, and he finds open space and makes it.
Oh, Chubb fumbled it. And this is picked up by the defense.
On the move past the 40. Still going inside the 20.
And he brings it back to the house. It's a touchdown. And in a crazy inning, a defensive score wins it.
That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the 4th quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come from behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So for the Dubliners,
they continue to cruise as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign.
And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they dropped just their second game so far as they fall to 5-2. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville.